Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 4th of July. So today we've got the elections in the UK. It's pretty much priced in today in terms of the outcome of such. Uh, 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 I think we'll see reactions more likely tomorrow morning than we will now, or as the votes and the results actually come out, maybe. But it's pretty expected that it's going to be a landslide win towards the Labour Party. That's got to be priced in. It's not just like an overnight thought or whatever else. So the markets know what to expect, or perhaps they don't. Anyway, it's not adversely hitting the pound at the moment. Aside of that, we've seen the Swiss inflation data that came in less than expected. It's come in lower. This morning we've got construction PMI there, not such a biggie, but construction PMI later at 9:30. All day in the US, it's a bank holiday, 4th of July, it's Independence Day. Whee! So be prepared for a slower one this afternoon, and then of course we've got non-farms tomorrow. We did have the other data, the other non-farms, the ADP data yesterday, which was pretty pessimistic there, showing a slowdown in job growth, etc. So it didn't come out as well as it's expected, and we've seen all the markets consequently rally against the US dollar. Anyway, let's look at this euro first, then look at the technicals. Again, well, I say again, yesterday it managed to finally break through this monthly pivot here quite solidly. Nice close up there. A bit ugly where it's sitting at the moment, whether you look at it on a 4-hourly or hourly basis. This consolidation away from the highs is not the best. This is just a failure up here. It came off quite quickly. You see it came off on the hourlies here, and we're in this sort of my least favourite pattern effectively. Now if we do see them break up at some point above these near-term highs, maybe we'll get a continuation towards our R1s, but it's quite unreliable of a type of pattern. Where we've got a proper flag and it breaks, that's great. This is less reliable. We'll see what comes of this, but I would expect normally from what we've been seeing probably more upside on these markets. The pound coming here, pushing up here. It's a very similar picture again. The consolidation around these levels. We got again a chance of maybe a break of the high there, maybe looking even better than the dollar. It's air kissed the daily pivot, albeit last night at 10 o'clock, but of the daily pivot that runs from 10 to 10, it's air kissed it. Maybe it's got a chance of pushing up there with the elections, but is it going to cause a problem? I don't know. It's a hard one. That possibly not. To say things are priced in is if things aren't as good as expected is probably the likelihood to slow things down a little. But dollar yen, well, this hasn't really changed too much. It looks like it on the lower time frames. You see these spikes here, but it's just really quite dangerous because the trend is still largely to the upside. Yep, we're pulling off a little bit here, but it's not that convincing. And again, you've got an inverted sort of pattern that we're seeing on the euro to pound. In this case, it's pulled back off here, pushed back up, so it's fouled at this level. There's been demand coming back in for the dollar, and then it's fouled again back to this point, and it's pushed back up again. Perhaps if we can start seeing these levels broken, we could get something more of a continuation. I'm not in a chase on this. Still, the sentiment, the way it's moved, this market just doesn't look quite ready. But I could, well, obviously could be wrong with that analysis, but I'm just waiting until it gives me something a bit more clearer. Aussie dollar. So the Aussie dollar broke out yesterday, managed to finally break through those prior highs there and push on through. Again though, it's given us that same sort of price action on the lower time frames here, where we've just pushed up there. We've had the failure, it's pushed up again, it's pulled back. Now again, looking for the break of the highs there potentially will give us a higher low and maybe a continuation. So same pattern right the way through, inverted pattern on the CAD and the yen, and the same here. Look, I'm not lovely move yesterday. It did everything it should have, broke the lows that. Here we go again. Really weird price action that happens. Not price action, but action happening in these charts. They turn back. Anyway. So it broke down nicely here. We had the bear flag in the morning there. Triggered the bear flag to a degree, but the safer point was the break of the pivot there, which occurred in the afternoon, and then bang, off it went, and it took out. Well, it took the lows there. I was looking at 36, 136.18, and it did that and more. It actually went right the way down to 16 there. Sorry, I was looking at 22, not 18. I was just looking at my notes. Right, anyway, so that all occurred. It's sitting in a similar position to, well, as everything else actually. It's not too dissimilar to this bit of price action, but maybe the CAD looks a bit better, but maybe for the afternoon. But remember, the US market's probably not going to have a lot of liquidity in it. It's taken us a long weekend this weekend as well to a degree, so it's a bit of a hard one. New Zealand dollar pushing up there slower. It's a bit behind the curve, doing a similar thing to everything else, but most of the other markets looks about the same on the outlets here. Same picture, same plan really. It's whatever looks better really from these. And the Swissy, well, the data came out there poorly this morning, and it's seen it push back up there. Again, it's been moving up quite well here. It's quite a sell-off yesterday, but again the failure. But this one's reversed and gone back the other way on the data. So instead of sitting here low, looking to break the lows here, that data's just been too weak for it. The low inflation data. Okay, which could give it more of a continuation. If the others start switching around, this might just carry on a little bit stronger to the upside. Okay, leaving the majors there, let's just quickly look at other markets, gold, oil, and the equity markets. Gold first, and it did like everything else, weaker dollar, saw the gold pushing up yesterday. It's still in this sort of range, but looking a little bit more positive here, and if we can see some more dollar weakness, these might break this prior highs here already through its weekly R2 prior highs. We've seen it fail. Hasn't failed quite the same as the others. Well, I don't know, it's not too dissimilar, but it has potential to continue. It's not giving me an immediate setup or anything on there. Oil yesterday recovered a little after its previous day sell. This is not unusual when the dollar starts softening, oil prices start moving higher, but relatively they should stay the same if you're using other currencies. Anyway, so looking at this morning, really just waiting to see if it gets a reversal. It has put a lower high in there yesterday with that price action. Did put a higher low in. It's really a case of now, is it going to switch back up again, start building up here, give us a higher low and a bit more within trend, or is this going to fail? But I'll give it until this afternoon anyway. Might be a bit light this afternoon. S&Ps, so we're just working on the futures here at the moment. New all-time highs there again, and looking positive for the futures, maybe to push through. I mean, the futures, unlike the currencies here, they barely pulled back. The price is remaining around the highs there. looking positive. Okay, let's just go to the dailies here, finish off these. Nasdaq, same picture, solid. There's weaker numbers, solid. The minutes suggesting that there might be need for an increase first has sort of been totally ignored by the looks of things. Dow Jones still struggling a little bit more. Okay, the DAX, let's just look at the DAX. The DAX picked up yesterday. It had sold off really early in the morning there, but picked up later, and wow, did that go in the afternoon. Really picked up. So it wasn't yesterday afternoon, it's Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday. Just carried on picking up and pushing up. Got my days mixed up on it. FTSE is behind the curve a little. Again, with the elections, it might be a bit of an iffy day today, but it's, as I say, the markets just don't seem too bothered by the elections. We normally see a bit much more consolidation, but they seem to be following everything else. We've got this higher low coming through here on the FTSE, looking reasonably positive at this stage. In the past, when we would see a Labour Party, Labour government looking like they was going to win, we'd see the markets heading southbound, but they'd not bothered at all here. They're just following the rest. Okay, I shall leave it there. I would tread carefully on these, but yeah, let's go steady there. Right, okay, I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye for now.